So now we are going to see about the screen and video phones. This is one sort of appliance which we are interested to look in as a part of the communication equipment. So a telephone, the introduction of telephone have changed the way the communication has been doing around the world. So it is such a landline phones were such a precious devices in those days. But now with the advent of a very slim mobile phone, uh, uh, just a second. So with the advent of slim mobile phones, the technology becomes simple. It is call forwarding, performing a video conferencing, and answering machines, and other things are becoming very very simple. Transmitting and receiving voice calls. So that was a very a huge jump in technology in the family of internet, in the family of smartphones. Okay, the family of smartphones. And now these internet phones have an LCD screen which allows the exchange of audio, video, data between people during a telephone call. Even when the call is in progress, you can do the functionalities like all these mentioned. You can exchange audio, video, and data. You can share files, important files. You need not look for an email application to attach your file, and then you can WhatsApp them. You can send them using share it, or you can use any other method of sending. All these are possible. Okay, so mobile phone makers are stepping up efforts to convince customers that it is worth buying phones and new handset and services. See, we call it mobile phone, but they technically call it as a handset. So handset is a wireless device. Handset is a wireless device which can enable you to perform the communication in a wireless way. So they have built-in cameras. They can take images. They can take pictures of images and sound. They can send a multimedia message. In the future, the cellular phones were called as smartphones because a lot of smart features have been inducted into these cellular phones, making them work like a personal computer. So, okay, so screen phones are considered to be the cousins of smartphones, and screen phones offer some of the features like of the smartphones like internet access, shopping, and email. However, smartphones do not have one important advantage over smartphones. The viewable area can be significantly larger than a smartphone. So in screen phones, the screen size is large so that you can view the application in view the application, you can view the apps in a very larger broad screen compared to the smartphone. In smartphone, the viewable area is restricted. That too, if you are going to type something, the keyboard will occupy 50% of your space, right? But in screen phones, they are considered as cousins of smartphones. That option is not there. It has a very wide area where you can view the required thing in a very big screen. So the internet screen phone is a high-end desktop telephone with an LCD screen. So it includes a base module, voice communication, keypads, corded wireless and cordless handset, and screen display. All these things are there. So screen phone is just like a phone with a LCD screen. You can assume it like that. It's a phone with an LCD screen. So screen phone commands and functions are activated on a virtual keyboard by using. You can have a virtual keyboard. You can type it, or you have a stylus pen. With that you can definitely do that. And the screen phone communicates cordlessly via Bluetooth, and it can be carried from room to room. So communication happens if you are moving, if your house is very big, and even if you are moving within a house, these screen phones can manage by establishing communication using the Bluetooth technology. So it provides internet access for applications like email, messaging, information services, and web browsing. And all these are driven by screen phone features were driven by pop concept familiarity, product suitability, and existing network support. So AT&T was the first company which conceptualized the picture phone on screen phone. So they made a picture phone where people can see who is making a call. They could see each other. It's just like a video call. It's just like a video call in those days, right? But that never, it did not capture the attention of people, and they thought that while making a call, you need not look at the person. That was not required. Just information need to be conveyed, right? So the concept is again now it is again reborn with the wireless twist, and that again came as video cameras with your mobile for smartphones, where you can do video calls directly from your smartphone without the need of a separate device for doing the same. Okay, so you have the latest technological advancement which helped in doing video conferences, but both regular and wireless were designed to carry voices, not pictures, especially of moving. And initially, you cannot. The network was designed to carry only voice and not pictures or more videos. But now these phones can transmit video, images at will, and in also at very high speed. Okay, so that is you can even set a speed of 4 frames per second. You can jump from freeze frame to frame freeze after a few seconds. All these features are available, which you can incorporate, which you can do that using a screen phone. Okay, which you can do that using a screen phone. The new brand of phones using IP, it uses internet protocol, and you know from your mobile phone you can access the internet, and you will be given a separate IP. And that IP is not fixed at the moment you are using the data. Whoever the whichever IP address is free, that will be allotted to you. IP is called as Internet Protocol Address, and that is a unique address given to any person who is connected to an internet. And when you are going to use the mobile data to connect to your internet, you will be getting an IP address. And every time you switch on data and switch off and switch on data, the IP address keeps on changing because it is not static, it is dynamic. Whichever IP address is free at that point of time, that be allotted to you. Okay, so it's dynamically allotted IP address. So similar to DSL, DSL is your cables, wired connection, and cable modems. These phones have connections with. You can use landline phones also. So broadband access allows them gain internet access, and they provide a very high quality of service for transmitting voice, video, and data. See, quality of service means what all parameters you have to consider when you are going to what all parameters you have to consider when you are going to transmit voice. So whatever you speak should be instantly received at the receiving end. If it takes longer amount of time, the network is slower. That is the quality of service for voice. Video, without buffering, the video should play. And data, you should have high speed data. The packet loss should not be there. So all these are the requirements of voice, video, and data. Okay, well, the major how can you achieve such a high speed is you have to replace all the copper cables by fiber optic cables. You know, fiber optic cables they are going to provide very high speed, and for video signals, especially fiber optic medium should be the best medium. So today, because of explosive demand for faster internet access, billions are spending upgrading their lines. Their people are wanting high speed and high data capacity per day, so they are transforming all their connections to high speed fiber connections. So it will take years to completely transform a nation into fiber thing. But even people nowadays who get DSL have decent speed and other requirements. So equipment and other costs can be more than $300, but it is when you can affordably give $40 to $50 per month, and you can use the high speed internet for downloading your data or sending a live video signal or doing whatever application you require. So, but when you go for low price, also the quality should not be compromised. So, when you are giving a low price and when everybody attempts to access the internet, when you are not able to connect to internet, then that is not a good sign of a company, right? So, even though additional fee or additional charges are given, the quality of service should be ensured at any point of time. So that a simple case study is given there. You can learn it. But the picture phone also doubled as a non-picture standard voice phone since there weren't people with whom. So when you make a call from a picture phone to a non-picture phone, then you cannot share the video because other person does not have the technology to view you, right? So first thing is you need to have a picture phone. Everybody should have a picture phone for you to make up a video call. So when the product came, only very few than 500 people subscribed for the phone in 1974. There was a very poor response for the people, and the price was also very high, and the quality was very poor. So these vendors and service providers, they formed an alliance to build a product of these smartphones so that the reliability and the quality of service was very good. So an offer of a free video call with every commitment of long and distant service may yet help the screen phone become successful consumer. So they were giving lot of offers, making ISD calls, they made it free, and the cost was reduced. Even though all these were done, the the people the people did not have any craze to use these screen phones. Okay, people are willing to pay very little both for a picture and voice than willing to pay for voice alone. So when you pay for voice alone, the scenario is different. When you pay for voice plus video, the costing is going to be different. The combined picture and voice communication will only become common. The service is extremely inexpensive. So only when you give it cheaply to others, you can expect a breakthrough to happen in your screen phones. Okay, so long elusive breakthrough meanwhile is occurring through computers rather than, so instead of having a screen phone separately for making a video call. Nowadays, you have a PDA, personal digital assistant, as low as $20, and you can do all the things in a single stretch. The applications for screen phone, the complete communication center. So it has an phone browser, address book, and message center where you can use it for telephony, internet access, and email services, and broadband transmission reception. You can transmit fully motion, color, video, and audio over standard telephone lines. Email. Some smartphones provide automated periodic retrieval of email without the need for a PC. And internet connectivity, you see. So screen phones provide the easiest and fastest method to connect to internet and e-commerce websites. You need not wait for the system to boot up, then open your Internet Explorer, then connect your hotspot Wi-Fi. Then only when the connection is established, you can browse. But these smartphones, screen phones, as they are always connected, the connection, you need not wait for the system to boot up and then begin the task. So faster connections are possible using both home and internet screen phones. Okay, so it provides an uninterrupted internet connection. So along with internet access, it has a magnetic reader for making bill payment, home banking, and other things. So home shopping also you can do. Online banking service allows you to transfer the fund and find out what is the loan and deposit rate. 24-hour bill payment services will eliminate the need for writing checks, so you can pay it on online any part of the time. And you can also get updates on sports, horoscope, lottery results, FedEx. They're tracking your parcel, whatever you have said. So you can stock market updates and 24 hours news coverage. Everything will be getting as a notification. Okay. So internet phone calls allow call and surf at the same time. So these screen phones allow the user to make calls and see each other and perform internet activities at the same time. So this, however, does require two telephone lines, one for voice and one for data. So you need to have two telephone lines, one for voice and one for data. And in the data line, you will have the video getting transmitted. So this will allow the consumer to never miss any important call. So even if one line is busy, the other line can be used for intimating the user that you have a call which is coming and you have to attend the same. So these are some of the screen phones, or as you call it, as screen video phones, which are the we can say the generation before to that of your actual smart.